out here. The rest of the arena not quite close enough to go for the full fight. Sakura also isolated, so could get a little bit messy here as the res does come through for Gamax. They're trying to encircle this one.
Who was up ahead. Now the danger not gone just yet.
I'm not sure if it's the wisest investment of time. If they get one Elim, okay, they have managed to find that off. I imagine they're going to turn around.
The Gamax, let's face it, they've been getting pushed. And when teams see them, they push into Gamax. They take advantage of the situation. Focus now onto Kinetro. Finale is down, unfortunately. Blur has to be the gatekeeper now to try and protect his position. But Scarface is coming up from the backhand side. Ketch tried to do exactly that too, but he gets taken down. Fireflux with the recovery should get the pickup, but Scarface, I believe, is going to be the linchpin if I'm not mistaken.
Could be important here. Madcap has to go in for the res over towards Ketch on the off angle. Ozzy-san clocks him again, and that's going to force another player from Fireflux to have to respond to this. Stage 1, reses are possible, but Ozzy-san has been so important for Kinetro in making this one work. By the way, this Gamax arena fight could crash into this engagement. Remember, they are still going over towards the south side of Quarry. It's getting a little bit nuts. As well as Yangon Galacticos, who are on the other side of the bridge. They're gearing up to try and make a crossing themselves.
Impactful for Kinetro to work their way up, but they now have to do it as a duo, which is never easy. Ozzy's on potential disengagement, or at least for sure a reposition. Now the question is, will Fireflux fire on his position? Yes, they will. Ozzy's on just a matter of how. Fireflux get the finish, and now they're down to 1.
Looking for Ozzy-san taking care of that off angle. Really good news for them. Fireflux try and piece themselves back together here. Looks like they may be able to do just that, but what can Yangon Galacticos do about it? A nade for Madcap launched on over. That should be good. No, he's caught running away. He has the support of his family behind him, and hopefully the Power family can play off one another beautifully.
And I saw comms. Hey, we need to do this, pick it up, going a little bit further in, but yeah, fights off. Madcap is going to be the first one down. Turning K to follow. Mormon shots out. Catch melting E-Arena, but only for a little bit. Sakura, a little matter of health as he pushes up. Fireflux still with the advantage, you'd have to assume, with the solo. And that's going to be, now R8's into the mix, so all three teams do in fact end up colliding.
Oh, Arena Moment rolls on forwards in the threatening presence of this hovercraft. Tries to take another player down, bipping the horn. Blinds ID with the backup, but 2 players now have stepped up to fight the Prestige, though, with a spray down onto 1. It's traded, and the hop out wide. Prestige now the last player alive for R8, and the hovercraft still moving around, slow and threatening. The pace is there, and they sweep them aside.
Up towards top 8, it's getting serious for them, getting aggressive, might be the way, but for Influence Rage, Vision, now want to fight themselves.
Vision have really started to suffer in this engagement. Influence Rage holding down Gakka, doing pretty well, but they have got Little Boy down on the floor here and are likely to get that one flushed away. Nothing really to do there. Corner, unfortunately, doesn't quite fight.
Now, there's a little bit of time right now between these two rosters. Got to take their time. However, I believe Mora is going to coming in to this Influence Rage. Power engagement. Haji down, unfortunately. Diego firing blind. He doesn't know he's in front, but he just wants to get any shot he possibly can, and he will eventually fall long through the window. Fahim, Easy also pushing up. Easy, nade's being thrown. It's going to be thrown. That's going to be a grenade. And yet, mentioned, Hora also starting to crash in just as Power starts to get control.
Lord dropping the nade at his feet, trying to stop people from walking in through the doorframe uncontested. Will give himself a little bit of time here. Finds Sleepy and connects for the shot. Easy's there, and Sky goes down. Hora's crash is going abysmally wrong now, as Alpha 7 are lighting them up from across the way as well. There is no angle that's safe, but they connect onto Vidan first. It is only small teams to try and go for this. A long nade comes through from No Fear, though. Overall, it's Easy.
Overcommit. They don't want to get up close and personal.
A 2-2 split as Alpha 7 start to ferry players across the open ground in the vehicle there. They leave Rivo at the 4th position. Power crossing the open ground now against Ora. No knock sent towards Power, and Jiggle gets taken down to half HP. Hachi's now up to the wall with Easy following up nicely. They're up into the top floor as well. They're starting to overwhelm Ora here, and there really isn't any resistance. But finding them a really disciplined push there, and shots being missed by Ora allows them across the open yard, but the rotation needs to happen fast.
And just to really say how impressive that was, they had so many down players, and they take 2 teams out. A little bit of damage to Easy, but not much. Power can still desperately hurt Alpha 7 at this moment.
Ooh, Vidan found by that nade. Korea finally connects with it. Bravo steps forwards for some information, but there's an answer. Easy again with that spray down, but more nades invested, and Alpha 7
from Silas. Nade cooked. but they get away just in the nick of time. Silas has to make a decision. Push up, back up with my team. What's my play? It looks like he's fully committed. He's going to the tunnel, and that's going to be one down. He clears the angle to the left. Ralph continues to pre-fire, and he's going to punish Silas, who made a great attempt. But Magnum Karia's not done. They continue to push up. Team Falcons need to be ready.
2 players down now to a nade on the off angle from Yangon Galacticos, and more are pouring in over the top. A huge punishment over towards Regnum Kaya, and they are obliterated in the basin there. Wild crawling back to the rest of his team, and by that I mean just Loxy, who remains standing for Regnum Kaya. 1 nade over the top, no knocks. Another, the last in the back pocket for Smile. He's going to invest it here. Ralph is healing, but will it be quick enough? Not quite there, and he does find the knock.
The nade is cooking. Falcons are pushing. They know where Loxy's at. Shotgun out, but no effect.
Yeah, and nades now. Not really too many more to play with. The nade bobbles in, but Smile's not up at the windowsill. Falcons have to push up, and they have to push now. Alpha 7 getting cut out by the blue zone. Koa first up into the meat grinder, and Yangon Galacticos hold their nerve. They draw back and back and back, and every single step they take backwards, they find a player running towards them. They're able to farm up those points and push in towards those top 8. But in the meantime, it's Nongshim Red Force who have been chilling for the longest time, playing on the south side of the building, and these shots aren't connecting for Yangon Galacticos. They still have nades and mollies and everything to play with.
Yangon Galacticos very exposed out in the open at the moment. They continue to push up through the smokes. The nades are going to hurt. Say Cloud is going to be down. That's going to put Yangon Galacticos with just 2 members. Smile also gone. Is this a victory for Nongshim Red Force to add up to the total where they currently stand? And yes, it will be. Nongshim Red Force will take the victory. They dominate in fashion, and that is so critical because it puts them well within the top 5 and well on their way to grand finals.
2022 European gameplay here, which is just very central every single game. We're not being punished too much for it. We moved over to more of a edge style in the past, but that's ever changing, is that meta of survival stage. But in 7th place, it does look a little bit shaky.
Yeah, we get the push in here from Chemotrope. Ooh, shots to the back line. Good from Ketch for the opening damage.
Easy.
Scarface is up close to clean up as well, so the Bizon's put to good use. Accrue those points and just leave the one man who's running through the tree line to try and close the gap between them. Horrific position to be left into. Yeah, so kind of just trapped there.
I used to be the star on this team, and I've got to bring that energy back again. I think he has been doing very well to support Scarface here. I think right now they're the 2 highest damage players in this lobby, with Ketch actually taking the 1st place there, which is really nice. Sometimes you do need to have a teammate step it up to give you that extra kick to be like, okay, I need to do my teammate proud.
This is a messy one. Horror with the split behind the rock and up on top of the ridge with Vision in the middle of the gulch there. Nades being thrown out from either side. Fair amount of damage translated onto either one of the teams. Smoke to play with, tucked in. Sleepy looking to try and engage from this, but quick peek from Marcelo over the top of the smoke. And he's able to grab that one. No fear going down to the follow-up nade as well, so it's really looking rough for Horror. And in come Nongshim Red Force, able to dive on top of this. Doc C now. Going to see what he can steal away. The nade could be absolutely massive as well. Close quarters engagement on this one. Into the back, it detonates. And Vision are being blinded by the shrapnel. Oh, this is brutal.
It gave Horror a slight opportunity to get away from this as well. Doc C on the top side will find one with a very clean spray down.
Did Tizzy spot him on the angle there, trying to peek back down. Got Tizzy on the ridge side, peeks up into it. Yeah, Tizzy knew. We'll shut down Volt, so that's Vision removed.
To Doc C and Nongshim Red Force on a bit of a tear here, despite, you know, probably going down to R8 in the next couple of moments. I still think a 7 Elim game is very good.
Oh, Yangon pushing up. Sakura close towards the action, but it's Mormon that throws out the first stone. Dive over the top as well with the movement, assisted by his teammate, Sakura. Smooth moves for the battle back, and they're able to handle themselves quite nicely on that one. Even with the shots now raining in from Power, looking to snatch away some of those points. Even Revo chiming in. So Alpha 7 from the side, spotting an opportunity.
The arena will send out Sakura, just slumped down on the side seating, and he will get popped out of there, and it will be over. AX could get involved. They know roughly where these players are. In comes R8 though, and Influence Rage need to respond, but players are nowhere nearby to help out at this Wizard Tower. Mark goes in, finds one. Diego left an uncomfortable 1v3.
What they need in the moment, but Ida from the sideline gets hit by AX that are now pushing up onto it. Laura's in as well, taking a face now with their attention turned. The bonnet of Arian, that's going to connect back onto R8.
Yeah, at least like that from AX, who decided to get involved on that. They saw the fighting happening. Fireflux have made their way over towards this western side and looking to sweep on through. This is happening multiple times. Gamax are able to find the shots over toward Alpha 7. A proper nemesis on their hands. It's Turkey versus Turkey, though.
Regnum Karia up close onto Fireflux. Silas firing off shells from the DBS. Good damage done. Meanwhile, the Elim feed showing us the tail between Alpha 7 and Gamax. Scarface with the quick reposition. The Orgle hit heavy. Another man down. Sideline shots as well from AX. Still third partying.
Man, is that Regnum Kaya just down and out there? Yes, it is. Fireflux brings the heat straight to them. They can hold this team under.
Knock onto the low HP players, but the sideline shots, it's always AX. Right now, they're the ones popping up, finding prime opportunities to at least steal away a couple points here and there. The big dive in from Rafa's good.
Rez back up again, and right now they claim a lot of space, but in comes the Falcons. Off the back of a knock as well. This looks not so great for Alpha 7.
Oh, you've got to be quick to handle this one. Up close and personal, Koa biting at them. He's able to find the first dive over the top as well. Follow-up shots coming through. Backstab from Ragnar. His power able to find some damage. Close range molly thrown in as well. Trying to commit onto those knock players, but they don't want to over-egg it. You've got Carrillo further up the ridge side.
No, what are you doing?
Looking to assist. The team nade thrown in. It's uncomfortable, and Koa is on his last legs because of it.
Man, Navala, what was that, dude? Now, this could be a nice bouncer coming through from Ralph, but he sends it too far over, and the crazy golf maneuver's not happening. Another airburst, and surprisingly, Alpha 7's managed to get their players back up again. There's a big one from Koa. Once again, this guy is just carrying the team.
Single-handedly, Koa is making the difference for the Falcons right now, through thick and thin, even when it's his own team, making it uncomfortable. They do at least dive in. All of the knocks confirmed. You've only got the one man up on the rich side for Alpha 7, looking to at least try and hold them back, but Falcons do win out on that one.
First to face over towards Carrillo. Alpha 7 getting pushed back multiple times, tries to catch him on the corner, at least has his position on lockdown now.
The choreography in Carrillo has to be absolutely perfect on this. Now Valor with a UMP, bait out shot on the corner, seeing if they're going to commit to the wide swing round. They've still got nades. That could be the difference. Al-Haji, though, realizing this is a prime-time opportunity to backstab onto the Falcons. He pulls up to the party, up close and personal. Carrillo goes down. Goodbye, Alpha 7, as Navallo makes the move. Nade in as well. Pedrino from Intense Game starting to barrage bullets down. Al-Haji commits with a burst. Falcons blown away. You will be red with anger if they're able to close the gap. That's what they're setting up for. Attention from Silence onto Al-Haji. Tucks himself in behind the tree. Nade primed out, low on health for Dan. Able to at least get right where he needs to be. Put that DBS in lethal range. See if he can get this connection. Fragment the players. Intense Game would be able to be shot from the sideline. Debating whether or not he wants to engage. Onto his teammate of Pedrino, though, from further away. Battling over the top side. Ooh. Silence drops in. The shot fires out. Ears ringing for Fahiden. He tucks in.
He's running.
Not ready. The backstab's there. He's able to grab one. Pedrino with the response. It's good.
Al-Haji will find him, though. Pedrino versus Al-Haji, and one more. Will be an incredible 1v2, but it's not going to be easy. Al-Haji up towards the rocks. And that's power. Take themselves a chicken dinner. Nuevo and San Martin, it's not comfortable. Power, though, in position. A nasty nade threaded through.
Al-Haji has been on the money with these nades. Ooh, backstab, though. Set up from Pedrino. He's able to hit that one heavy. Al-Haji down. Adrian as well, pushing in close. Missed shot on the first peek through the doorway. Back up in there. Ragnar with the DBS. Withstands the push. Nade in. Danger close. Forced to heal up now and play off one another.
Fireflux off in the distance. Pedrino goes down stairs and will pick himself up. Now he'll have to hold his own versus the full squad. The tag goes through, so they have a rough idea of where he's playing, and those nades are not going to stop anytime soon.
We had Rafa looking very talented earlier, but now, like you say, it's up to Pedrino to be the punisher, to keep his team alive in this one. No opportunity to get his mate back up. It's all on him as a solo to withstand this crash that's come in from Fireflux. They had the timing to backstab and third party onto power, cleaned up there, bursting through the door. They shut down the opening man, and Rafa nade through the top. That's nice, and they close it out.
Closed off, squared away. See if he opts to take shots. In come Nongshin Red Force versus Fireflux, and there's one. Narvalo, I think he took 2 shots there. Should be down? No? Yeah. So Narvalo once again goes back to a spectating position over towards the east.
AX there, thrown into the battle versus Gamax, obviously sharing those close compounds for quite some time. You can see Nongshin Red Force as well, committing to find follow-ups onto Fireflux.
They are hurting. They're definitely hurting. They sent a bit of damage over their way. Looks like the resources are a little bit rough. Joker looking to send another nade over towards the top side there. Did find Ariane.
A team that we know can offer so much in a lobby like this. And for AX, it's not only from the front with the arena casting out nades to cause the backstab from R8, they now look to swoop in off the damage done with those nades landing right on target, hopping out the vehicles. Joker further down, belly on the ground as well to assist. Still nades in the back pockets thrown in. AX must be so uncomfortable. You are just pinned in here. Henry with the smoke, at least trying to buy time as they get close. You've got the shotty to work with. The entire team just looking fragmented.
Regnum Kaya would like for a big game here to confirm themselves further up and secure that position as we head up towards our last game. Mormon finds Henry, and Henry is found wanting.
X removed. And E-Arena hoovering up a lot of the points as well, so still gives other opportunities for further squads to move up, like you said. A bit more literally here. They already found 1 knock over towards the Falcons, and they just keep adding, piling onto this.
It's such a slow game from Alpha 7. It is so different from what we're used to. It's a nice nade, but not quite close enough.
And you can feel that shift in the standings. See how far they can go with this one. Good positioning, great crosshair placement as well. Prestige for the Rid side, peeking back down onto Alpha 7. This is R8, triple threat of players that are still alive. Taking that peek down. Carrillo is usually pretty good in these kind of situations, but you got to fight back. I mean, there's going to be no squad left to work with. Revo's on his last legs. It's just a solo man. He's finished off again. Alpha 7 go down. And in these kind of situations, they just can't. Nothing left for them.
Yeah, you're right. Last year, Pmwc 2024, they were scraping, screaming, shouting towards victory. And it's unfortunate here to see them go out with such a quiet finish. Currently looking to push through R8, who have not had a terrible game here. Honestly, done very well to control that eastern side, but as soon as they tried to make an entrance over towards the west, Horror was quick to take shots back at them. But it's Regnum Kaya now, stepping up, finding no fear. Resource management in general. Here comes Jiggle.
Jiggle and Prestige being the two that were looking to push up somewhat. Spot over onto him, so that finishes off R8. Influence Rage have been able to sit pretty for so long as well inside of this compound.
Horu has been such a criminal force on the north side. Has been arrested by Regnum Kaya, and not only that, run down over towards Sleepy to add insult to injury. Regnum Kaya will be the lone team on the northwest side. It's E-Arena now versus Influence Rage, battling it out.
Action. Joker looking to get up close and personal though with the shotty in hand, and Regnum Kaya realizing this is the opportunity to scout out. Silas moves into position whilst the fight continues, spams into the smoke, lowers it, gets one from the sideline. We say goodbye to Joker as they commit onto that. Mormon as well, falls to Diego.
Regnum Kaya looking to shut this one down quick though. Little boy on that top side of the concrete and he will be solid. Finds the first initial knock over towards Silas. Will flush him out. Looks for more on the drop down. Gets two. An Influence Rage up to 5 elims. If they can get the chicken dinner, it will be a massive, massive start to their run at the end of the day to potentially take over Yangon Galacticos.
Is for either side. Influence Rage do not want to throw their opportunities away. Scout out from Loris in. Loxy locked on target. Clean connection shuts down one. Tospic baiting them out to face. Little boy goes in for the fight.
The nade, the only thing to keep them in this one. One sent out, Little Boy extremely low, will be taken down. Diego on the backside, that's at least a nade to keep this one going. Wild walks up, and it will be an easy finish. From the ditch, they were down low, but they end up on high for Regnum Kaya. For a nice little angle, nades start to get sent off over towards R8, who are initiating a smoke train. Going early right now. Nade's been sent in. Regnum Kaya will have to withstand, but it's a big nade. The splash is large.
It's instantly hit them, damage done. They start to advance from it. Nade over the top to give them room to move up, but the vehicle throws in some additional carnage. A misplay from Toshpik. That lands on Silas. The flames burning down the potential control inside of the compound, so R8 can actually close the gap onto them.
Regnum Kaya struggling now, and nade goes in. It hits hard, but not quite hard enough. But the boys are holding safe. This will be a big turnaround, and Toshpik making it happen.
Huge shot onto Prestige. R8 with the momentum that was provided to them. Thought they could crash onto that one. Yes, they really do throw them into an uncomfortable position, but they could still reset from this. They've got an opportunity to try and save themselves the turmoil. Nades are right on target. It's Influence Rage that are looking to set this one up as well, and they need these points.
This is a fantastic maneuver for Influence Rage. They saw R8 push ahead. They've moved round. They find Tizzy. They clear him out. Power Esports down to just the one, but they are so close. They need more placement points to overtake over towards Fire Flux. Jiggle will find Toshpik. Despite the early Molotov and almost cooking his team, he was able to get the turnaround. The great hold overall.
It goes for the peek up. Meanwhile, Diego dealing damage back over onto Fahidan as well. So power being really thrown into the wind. Finished off entirely. Regnum Kaya is still trapped in position.
And unfortunately, the boys from Power will not overtake. A second place comes home. It looks like it's more and more likely to be Fire Flux. Unless Horror can have a massive turn up here. Influence Rage been taken down. Yangon still in the game.
Silas goes in for the heads-up call to try and do it himself. Oh, shots over.
Crazy.
Wild, literally going
This is
animalistic. The animal brings the claws out, rips his way through Influence Rage. And the sideline shots continue. Horror battling back onto it as well.
And Yangon might just have survived long enough. Horror up at 3, looking to challenge for first place, but out of nowhere, in comes Cloud.
Cloud falls out, finished off by Sky. Regnum Kaya up against Horror, the last two teams that remain on this one.
Silas, the only obstacle between Horror and taking the first place home here at the Pmwc survival stage.
Would have to be an unfathomable clutch. The 1v3 from Silas. Show us the style that he's made of. Jiggle looks for the move up. Sky with the first play. First connection's clean, but he can't do more. Regnum Kaya fall, and with that, Horror Esports do exactly what they needed to.
Ladies and gentlemen, the survival stage is now officially over, and I am joined by our highest placing team. It is, of course, Horror Esports. Now, one of the things that you get to do because of this honor is you get to crush the keys of the bottom 8 teams from the survival stage. This is the first time we've showed it this week, so we're all really excited. And so I've got Jiggle, I've got Sky, No Fear, and Sleepy. Jiggle, you're going to do me the honor first and foremost to switch the key on and turn on the engines. Okay, the key has been switched. The engines will be turned on. Can you feel it? Can you feel it in your feet? They can feel it. Okay, Sky, I'm going to get you to lift and flick the switch. That is going to open up the iris in the center. We can see all of those menacing teeth ready to chomp up those keys. And now finally, no fear. I'm going to get you to press the button and send them home. And Sleepy, you can wave at them as they do it. There they go. See you later. And just like that, our 16 teams are locked in for the grand finals. 8 teams have now been sent packing. Well, 7.5, of course. But the job, now there you go. There's the 8th team. But the job is not done. We have a gauntlet of competitors waiting in the grand finals.
To play in a way that going to grand finals will actually be good.
Fireflux,
I mean, yes, congratulations, Fireflux. You do end up getting the 2nd place here.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look now. As Yangon Galacticos at the very end were able to scramble it out. Influence rate 69 points.
Is going to be the leaders when we come into a global stage, and they've got to change something now.
But anyway, here are our teams advancing into those grand finals. We have ourselves Horror Esports, Fireflux, Power, Regnum Carrier makes it, E-Arena with the back-to-back today, Nongshim Red Force, Team Falcons, and we have, of course, Yangon making it in the end. Our grand finals is set.